Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Today we are at Homestead Miami Speedway here for the Dixie Vodka 400, and as we come across the line to finish our qualifying time, we find ourselves in P25. So it is pretty much middle of the pack, so it's not terrible, but it's not great. But we will try and improve on that, but we do scroll up to see Denny Hamlin is on pole today. So we'll see if he can go on to win the race from the pole. But let's take a look at your drivers to look out for. So, of course, Brad Keselowski, last season, he swept the stages and dominated, winning this race. And then Denny Hamlin, obviously on pole. And Kyle Busch has won 2 races so far. Can he go and get a third today? And then your stories of the race. Well, Tyler Reddick failed tech inspection, and Austin Cindric failed optical scanning station, so he will have to come from the back today after winning the last race at Atlanta. So with those two now starting at the back, we find ourselves rolling off the grid in P23. So without further ado, let's get this race underway. The green flag is waving here at Homestead Miami Speedway for this Dixie Vodka 400 race. We go from P23, maybe we can go up to P1st. I highly doubt it. This isn't a track that I think I am capable of winning with this equipment, but I think it is a track that is capable of us getting a good finish out of it. I'm optimistic for a top 15 or a top 10, so we'll see if we can get through the field today quickly, as now we go into turn 1 and 2. And what I like about this track is that it is multi-groove, so you can see drivers on the bottom lane, the middle lane, or the top lane making speed. So it is very cool to see those lines in these tracks, because obviously there are some tracks like Texas, for example, where you can't really run anywhere but the bottom line at the half-a-mile track. So it's just kind of, annoying when that happens. So this track, it's pretty cool. It's multi-groove, and it goes the same for Kansas as well. So we go into the corner here. We've gotten past Anthony Alfredo in the number 38 car, and now we are trying to get to the back of Cole Custer here. So we will end lap number 2 in P22. So now we will skip forward here over to lap number 6, going on to lap number 7 now, because we are 22nd still. Nothing really happened in this race for us so far, but now we look to the inside of Ross Chastain, and we're going to be able to complete the pass on him going into turn 1 and 2 here as we get towards the stage end here. Denny Hamlin finds himself in the lead as now we get our huge run up the middle, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is not going to allow us to use that run. He's going to run into us in the door, and unfortunately we won't be able to get past Newman or Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here, and now he's going to come up and make contact with us again, and of course I'm going to push back on him because I don't want him to shove me into Newman and put him in the wall. That's just not fair for the 6 car at all. So I do push back on the 47 car, and now we already started our beef once again. That will reset our rivalry, unfortunately, and now we make contact again going down the backstretch. He's trying to put me in the wall here, but we do fend off for now, as now we go into turn 3 and 4 here, trying to get a huge run on the high side. And as I said about the multi-groove tracks earlier, we do get a nice run on that high side, and we're actually going to get past the 47 and now side draft the 17 and get past him now too, as we now look to complete that pass completely on that outside lane in turns 1 and 2 here, and we are able to do so, getting a little bit loose off the corner, but it is okay. We did not hit the wall at all. So yeah, final lap of stage 1. We now find ourselves P18. I don't think I'll be able to catch the 20 car in front of us, but Denny Hamlin is able to come across the line and win the first stage at Miami Speedway. So hopefully we can find ourselves up in that position. But Denny Hamlin wins the stage, Kyle Busch in second. I told you to look out for them, and well, look at them go. Can the 47 car just give it a break? I mean, come on, man. Honestly, AJ, I'm going to have to agree with you, because I cannot be bothered with the 47 and the 34 anymore. They are just race cleanly. Come on, I'm over it. It's a new year and they're still pulling this bullshit. Anyway, whatever. Stage 2 is underway, and already the 47 is going to come and give us a nice push here. But it's actually going to help us instead of hurt us, as we go into turns 1 and 2 here on the restart. And it actually gets it in the left rear quarter panel and sends us up the track. So Ricky Stennis Jr. now finds himself to our inside, and if you guessed that we would make contact coming up off the corner, yeah, you were exactly right. As you can see, now pushing against each other, he's trying to put me in the wall. I'm trying to not get into the wall. So, yeah, I do manage to hold him off here as we almost get into the wall, getting right up against it. We do get a run off the corner here, and we're going to use... we can't quite get past the 47 car with the draft, but yeah, he still makes contact with us. So it's just getting really annoying at this point, and I'm sure as a viewer you're probably over the 47 and the 34 at this point as well. I mean, I can't say I disagree. And now we're making huge contact here. He finally puts us in the wall. It's just so annoying. But, you know, anyway, whatever, we have to move on and deal with it. And now, obviously, since he put me in the wall, I am not going to treat it kindly, of course. I'm going to get onto his back bumper, and I'm going to try and push him into overdriving the first corner here, but it actually helps him get past the 42 instead. Now, here comes the 21 out of nowhere. I had to throw a last-second block just so I could keep that inside lane and get past the 42, and then I'll let the 21 go now on my inside because I knew he was faster than me. Obviously, he qualified better than me, but failed optical scanning station, so I didn't know his car was objectively better than mine, but yeah, I decided to let him go to the inside, even though I threw the block on him before, as now we go to the outside, trying to get a run to the outside of the 14 car, and we are finding ourselves right there right now, trying to get past him here, as now we have a little group here that's formed between myself, Ricky Stennis Jr., Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, and Austin Cindric. And now we come up off the corner in 23rd, and we're going to skip forward a few laps later where we actually did get passed around pretty much everyone in that group except for Austin Cindric. So, and as you can see, the two cars in front of us right now are Tyler Reddick and Austin Cindric, and we mentioned at the start of the race that both of them went to the back. So, yeah. And as you can see in the bottom left here in the final lap of Stage 2, Joey Logano has the lead. And then, oh no. Denny Hamlin just went and stole it off him. So Denny Hamlin is going to steal the lead off Joey Logano coming to the line here, and he will win Stage 2. So he took Stage 1, he took Stage 2, so he swept the stages. Last year, Brad Keselowski swept the stages and won the race, so it looks like Denny Hamlin is on track to do so again. But as you can see, Joey Logano in second, and Kyle Busch still in the top 5, as well as Kyle Larson. So Kyle Larson is notoriously good at Homestead Miami Speedway, of course, running that wall. So it is actually, you know, it makes sense to see him doing well here today. But we do now start the final stage here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We actually went up a few positions on pit road, so we find ourselves in the 18th position in front of Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick here, looking to get to the inside, but I just did not quite have enough room to put myself in front of the 8 car. And now make a little bit of contact with the 48 car. I didn't realize we had Ricky Stennis Jr. to his inside. I thought he would go to the bottom, but that is completely my fault, of course. But we go into 3 and 4 here on this first lap of the final stage, trying to dig and get past the 14 car, but instead we're going to find ourselves to the outside of the 47 car. And do we make contact? Yeah, I mean, of course we do. It's just been kind of the thing of this race so far. You know, Rubbin is racing, they say, but it is all fun and games until we actually wreck and take out, you know, a few innocent cars and drivers. But now we are on his back bumper here. We'll see if I do anything to him here, but no, I decided to take the high line here and try and get a run and get past him here, and I actually do get a nice run on the outside line here, but it's not going to be quite enough to get to the inside of the 47 car here. Or is it? We do get a run off the corner and now use it to go to the inside of the 47 car, and now he's going to squeeze us onto the white line. I mean, come on, give me a break. Seriously, Ricky, come on. And now, finally, we get clear of him off the corner, and he's going to try to get onto the back of us, but he's not going to quite get there. And now we go back up to the high line here, actually going for the middle groove this time. And as you can see, Chase Briscoe ahead of us, as well as Martin Truex Jr. I expected the 19 car to be a lot further up in the running order at this point of the race, but not quite. The 11 car still remains in the lead here after the first few laps of completed of this final stage, and now we are trying to get a run on the middle lane here. It's actually working on the 19 car, and now we're going to use the draft off of the 14 And now we go up to the high side to get the draft from the 19. So we're right beside the 14 car going into this corner. Now we're going to try send it up the middle, but I make a little bit of contact with the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. because I didn't have quite enough brake in it. I didn't slow down the car enough, and I slid up and hit the 19. So very unfortunate that had to happen, and now we're back here with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. once again. So very unfortunate right now for us. But Denny Hamlin still continues to lead this race, as now we get a huge run on the 47, but I couldn't pull out in time, so I just rammed him in the back. Did a little bit of damage to my car, but you know what? Screw the 47. I mean, he deserved a huge bump in the back, let's be honest. And now we are trying to stay in front of now the 21 of Austin Cindric coming behind us, and the 66 of Timmy Hill. That's right, the 66 of Timmy Hill is up here in the top 25. A great run for the 66 car. But yeah, can we get past the 47? We'll have to find out. Seems like it'll never happen. But now my boy Timmy Hill actually giving me a nice push here. It seems like we have patched things up after Phoenix, where I mean, that thing happened. But you know, we won't talk about it. Anyway, he gives us a huge push actually coming out of the corner, and is actually going to send us past the 21 and now to the inside of the 14 of Briscoe. So thank you, Timmy Hill. Thank you very much. And you might have noticed in the bottom left that Kyle Larson has taken the lead here in this race. So there you go, the 5 car, Kyle Larson. He's returned to NASCAR after that thing happened. And now he finds himself in first place. So very awesome to see that him doing well. As now we have problems in front of us. Someone's slow, and it's the 20 of Christopher Bell who has issues. We managed to get around, but it did slow up a few cars in front of us, and now we have a chance to run them down here and try to get ourselves into the top 15. I do see cars here. We have De Benedetto, we have Aric Almirola, and Austin Dillon. Can we get past the 3 of them? We'll have to find out and see. But now we have something to race for. I really want this top 15, and I think we can get it. So that is an opportunity that has graced us here. And a lap later, as you can see, we are on the back of the 55 car in that Sony Toyota team, and now we look to the inside here trying to get a run on the 55 of De Benedetto, and we just have to get off the gas because we're going to make contact with the 3 car, but it's actually enough to get us past the 55. No, not quite. He's going to pull us back on the outside, but we do have 3 laps to go here. Kyle Larson is in the lead, and can he hold on and get this race win, as now we look to get past the 55 this time. We make contact with the 3 car. We give him a little bit of a push there, and we do get ourselves past the 55. And now the 3 looking to the inside of Aric Almirola here, trying to get past him, but it's not going to be quite enough, as now we take the high line into 3 and 4, and we have the 55 as a draft partner, so he's trying to help us off the straightaway here. And as you can see, he's going to connect his front bumper to my back bumper, and we are going to push past the 3 car with ease. And now we go to the inside of Aric Almirola, who gets loose as the 3 car just fully sent it into turn. I don't know if you saw that in the mirror, but he just fully sent it in there and actually got himself now 3 wide with the 10 and 55. But that is what I want to see. I want to drive away from these guys and find myself in position to win. But as I said before, Kyle Larson was winning this race, and then what happened? The 11 car came back, and he did that in the first stage and the second stage with Joey Logano. Joey Logano was leading for the most of stage 1 and 2, and then Denny Hamlin came back and passed him in like the final laps, and well, he's gone and done it again. So Denny Hamlin finds himself out in front. Can he bring it home here? As now the 55 is giving us a push down the straightaway out of turn 3 and 4. Denny Hamlin's going to hold on, sweep the stages, and win here at Homestead Miami Speedway. The Dixie Vodka 400 goes to Denny Hamlin in the 11 car, as now we go and block the 55 from getting past us, so we come home with P14. So not too bad at all. We will definitely take a top 15. So a couple good races for us in a row, which is nice to see. So as we scroll up and see the finishing results, Denny Hamlin wins it from Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski. And there's the rest of your top 10. We see Bubba Wallace in the top 10 there, so that's pretty awesome to see. But now we scroll down, and yeah, Timmy Hill got himself a top 20 in the end, so that's huge for him. Suarez ended up not last, so that's good to see. But your 2 DNFs this race was Justin Haley, yet again another DNF for him, and Christopher Bell, who blew up late in this race or had a tire failure. He finished 2 laps down, so I assume it was a tire failure. But here is our summary for today's race. 14th. Not too bad at all. I'm quite happy with that, actually. So, a nice race for us. We'll take it. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I like racing at Homestead Miami Speedway. Kind of bummed it's not the championship race anymore because Phoenix just sucks in this game. Like, major sucking. But there is the playoff standings after today's race. So 5 different drivers already locked in. And 2 of those guys you would think are wild cards. So it's going to be interesting when we get down to it here. And hopefully we can get a win and find ourselves in that mix as well. But next race, like I said, with those mile and a half. Oh my God, I can't speak. Mile and a half racetracks that you can only use the bottom lane. Texas is one of those, so we will go to that in the next race. But I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please hit the like and the sub. Leave a comment, I appreciate all of it. And I'll see you all in the next video.